Chelsea fans, we are living good right now. We are getting treated by the football gods, and we deserve it. We've won our last 3 Premier League matches. We're in the top 8 in the Champions League after a 3-0 home win against Barcelona, in which Esteval, our 18-year-old star boy, our wonder kid, our generational talent, scored an absolute screamer. And now, Maresca has said that Palmer is available for Arsenal and he's back in first team training. Not only is he available to sit on the bench and maybe get a few minutes, he's available to start. He is available to start. He's back. Now, whether he starts or not, we'll see. You know, he hasn't been playing for a while. He's only just got back into training now. Will Maresca want to rush him back into a high-intensity, high-stakes game like this and potentially risk another injury? It's debatable. He's one of our most important players. So that is an argument for maybe why he will want to rush him back in. But I'm not too worried about all that right now. I'm just happy the guy is back, he's fit, and hopefully he can stay injury-free for the rest of the season. Because in the small amounts of times that he has played this season, he has been our best player, our most important player. Key moments like that goal against Bayern Munich and the performance in general, incredible, despite the loss. And then against Brentford when he came on off the bench and bagged to equalise, and then we went ahead, and then obviously we drew because of the corner, but huge moment from him there. But he's only made 3 league appearances, guys. He's only made 3 appearances in the league, and that was Crystal Palace, I think our second game of the season, Fulham as well, and Brentford. I think those are the only 3 games. So he's had a tough start to the season, but this is only good news. There's no technicality like, oh, we're easing him back in, he's still in the rehabilitation phase. No, he is back and hopefully here to stay now. So yeah, this is just lining up this Sunday to be an absolute movie. Top 2 in the league, Chelsea versus Arsenal. Arsenal, who are absolutely flying right now, just beat Bayern Munich 3-1 in the Champions League on incredible form. Eze balling out. Martinelli, Madueke against his old club, will he start? Saka. And then, of course, for Chelsea, we've got Esteval, Palmer. We might see the first game of their careers of Palmer and Esteval starting in the same game. That's never happened before, to my knowledge. So that will be a movie if that does happen against Arsenal. Caicedo against Rice. Is this debate going to get fueled? Is one player going to get, you know, one over the other? Is one of them going to score? Is one of them going to put in a great performance? Or are they both going to do well? We'll see. And it's going to be a great game. I hope Chelsea get the win. I am confident that we can go and give it a go. It's always a tough one against Arsenal. We haven't beaten them in years. They're better than ever. But we are also in a very good position right now in terms of form. So we'll see. Maresca in his interview also said there's no need to talk about any title talk, all of that speculation. You know, we know that this was a conversation last year when we went on good form towards the start, middle of the season, November time, December. And we kind of got caught up in ourselves. We were giving it the big one a little bit. We were a bit cheeky. We were obviously pushing this "we're not in a title race" rhetoric after every win, sort of ironically, sort of satirically, but then also still sort of literally, because the expectation last season was never to be in a title race. But let's be honest, there was a point, I'd say after that win against Tottenham 4-3, the win against Brentford 2-0, where we did start to think to ourselves, can we give this a go? I thought we could. And of course, that meant that when we went on the bad run of form, we were all the more disappointed. And it felt all the more hurtful than it should have, because we ended up having a very good season. So let's not entertain that yet. But this game would be a great game to take us in the right direction. And at least give Arsenal a fight. Because if we're not going to do it, who else? Liverpool are not going to do it. I'll tell you that for free. For free. Man City have proven that they're not the most consistent team. They've actually lost more games than us in the league, I think. Who else? United? United. Tottenham. Palace fell off a little bit. Sunderland, what's Sunderland going to do? It's us. It's us or nobody. And look, Arsenal are the favourites to win the league. I think they will win the league now, after seeing how the season has started. However, it would be nice to see us give them a push and a shove, because nobody wants to see Arsenal smoke the league. Let's be real. Let's be real. At least let's put them under some sort of pressure to see if they bottle it again. That would be funny. But Maresca said, we'll see where we're at in February and March, then we can start talking about this stuff. But yeah, right now, it's a little bit too premature to even start talking about title fights for us. So, yeah, that's all the news, really. The game is on Sunday, I believe, at Stamford Bridge. It's going to be a huge one. It's going to be our biggest game of the season, I'd say, maybe bar Barcelona. But we saw what happened in that game. And look, when we play teams who come to us to play football and not to sit back with their low block and hope they get a draw or a counter-attacking goal, when we play those teams, we tend to do quite well. Arsenal, of course, aren't the most exciting team. They're also a very organised team, full credit to them. So they're not going to leave a lot of space in behind like Barcelona did. They're not going to be defensively disorganised. Arsenal under Arteta have been a very pragmatic side. They know what works for them, and it works very well, in their credit. So it will be tough to break them down. But Maresca has time and time again proven that he's got tricks up his sleeves against these top managers. So who are we to doubt that he can't do it again? Now, in an ideal world, this is the lineup that I would play for Sunday. Robert Sanchez in goal. 4 clean sheets in the last 5 games. His stock is at an all-time high. He has never been this adored in the fan base. It's insane. The fans were chanting his name against Barcelona. Do you know how crazy that is? This guy was genuinely the most hated man in Chelsea Football Club just a couple months ago. But no, he has turned his reputation around, and what a time to do it in. I mean, I've been backing him for a while now, ever since I think the end of last season when we went on a good run of defensive form. And he's carried that on. He's carried that on for the most part. So he starts for me very solid. And yeah, he's been very, very good. It's been very good to see this transformation. Back 4, same back 4 as Bayern Munich. James, Fofana, Chalobah, Correa obviously kept a clean sheet. We have been keeping a lot of clean sheets as of late with this back 4. So I don't see a reason to change it up, to be honest. And yeah, it's good. Players like James and Fofana, who traditionally got injured every other game, they're actually starting to play and start consecutively together, which is so good to see, because when they are fit, they are some of our best players in those positions. Caicedo and Enzo, standard. I put Palmer in there because in an ideal world, this is my ideal lineup. I don't really know where Palmer's at right now, how fit he really is. But if he's 100%, I would stick him in there. Esteval and Neto. Esteval has earned himself a start in one of these big Premier League games. Come on, he's only started like 1 or 2 Premier League games. He deserves a start. Neto, I've put him in there because he's been also very consistent as of late, bagging a lot of goals and getting assists and contributing a lot more than he was last season. He is definitely improved. And then I put João Pedro up top. He's got 5 goals in the league now, I think. Or maybe 4. I think he's got 5, no? Scored against Wolves, scored against Tottenham, scored against West Ham, scored against Fulham. He might have 4 actually, but I might be forgetting one of the other ones. Anyways, João Pedro goes in there for me. I know Delap just scored against Barcelona, which is obviously very good to see. I would still put João Pedro in a game like this. I think his link up with Palmer as well will be good. And this will be my lineup. Then you'll have obviously players coming off the bench like Andre Santos, who by the way has been class in each of his last couple stints. Man of the match against Burnley, won the ball back for Esteval's goal. Very underrated player now for us. Of course, we've got the defensive reinforcement, Badiashile, Lavia coming off the bench. We'll have a lot of firepower going forward off the bench. Of course, like I said, Delap, Gittins, Garnacho. So we've got more than enough depth for this game. And I'm really excited. Let me know your thoughts on my lineup. Let me know if you would make any changes, any tweaks. Let me know your score predictions for the game, most importantly. Like and subscribe. And thank you for watching. I'll see you lot in a bit.